Just looking at that robust agenda.
It is robust.
It is.
And yeah, multifaceted. Very good.
Okay, we've got a lot to catch up on. Life has changed.
It progresses quickly, as we all know.
And the question, did RV life ruin our life? That's not clickbait. That was a legitimate concern of ours.
Multifaceted.
Multifaceted. And then, you know, we also want to talk about things like, how do we keep up with family while traveling? How do we keep the excitement going? How to offset RV fatigue?
Anybody who's traveled extensively knows what that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we want to chat about KYD 63, our quest to visit all 63 national parks, which we think we could pull off this year. Meetups and the kids, and like also the KYD for the ladies was a bunch of questions. Did you know we sold the KYD Cabin? We've got that update to provide. And then a lot of people are like, tell me more about the depot and the Florida ADU. What is an ADU? And what the heck, where's Charlie?
So much to cover, let's do it.
Let's start with an interesting question. Somebody asked about KYD demographics. Like, how many people are full-time versus have an RV, would like to RV?
Yeah, well, we don't actually know the answer to that.
No.
I'd love if you put in the comments that, you know, are you traveling with someone? Do you have an RV? Do you just watch for ideas?
Yeah.
Like, give us a little insight.
Give us insight, because we really don't know, but I can share with you what YouTube shares with us, which is interesting. The first one is that only 55% of you watching are subscribed.
Wow,
Isn't
that's
that
kind of
interesting?
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
so
kind of
44 or not.
Yeah.
You know, if you need help finding the subscribe button, 73% are male.
Well, okay, but I don't think that's fair, because I think that guys are the ones that might turn on under their profile, but we know from in person that multiple people are watching.
Yes.
That's why we keep it family friendly, because it's usually on in a living room versus like a handheld.
Yes.
And multiple people are there.
And plus we like that kids are watching, so we try to respect that. Okay, age, I think you might find this interesting. 10.7, 25 to 34. 19.8%, 35 to 44.
Okay, here are the two biggies.
23%, 45 to 54.
Yes, and then 25%.
55 to 64.
Yes.
So that's the big one right there, 55 to 64. And then 18%, 65 plus.
My favorite comment when we're out in the wild is, my parents watch you. Can I call them? Can we talk? And I'm like, yes, sure. Or we can take a picture.
Oh, man.
We'll do whatever you want to say hi to them. It's my favorite.
True.
I love it.
Okay, 87% are watching in the United States. There's a couple questions that showed up that we get in real life.
IRL.
That's right. So when we do like a meetup, and we're gonna chat more about how to join a meetup and how that all works, but when we're at a meetup, there's a couple questions that always show up. And the first one is, did you ever think KYD would turn into this? And what, out of all the places you've been, which is your favorite?
What's your favorite?
I think it's impossible to compare Glacier National Park to the Dry Tortugas.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Because they're both amazing.
They're both amazing. They're both different. Then it's like, who was with you? Like, some of our favorite times have been when we've had the whole gang together.
Yes.
You know?
How low were your expectations going into it?
Yes,
right?
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love that our RV, that's very tricky to say, our RV puts us where we need to be with all of our resources. Like, it is the trippiest feeling to be somewhere and you have your dog.
Yes.
Because normally, in order to go on vacation, you would get in a plane and you would be at a hotel, and it would be wonderful but different. The first time we started traveling around and we're like in Boston, but we still have our 16-year-old golden retriever.
I am strolling along, just minding my business, humming a song. I'm happy by myself, not a care in the world. This is a life, just me, myself, and I.
And it was super neat.
Yeah.
So anyway, but Glacier and Yosemite are two of my favorites.
So in real life, when I'm chatting with people about this, I say it's really hard to beat when you're in the Pacific Northwest and you cross the border into Canada and you're going up through Banff and Jasper. That you're driving up through seeing the Rocky Mountains, which started in Colorado, but now even though they're shorter, they're actually more jagged and more colorful and steep. And then they just go down into this glacier river and the green trees. It's the most amazing thing. And so from a just a raw nature sensory overload, experiencing that part of the country is like ingrained.
Yes. Well, and this could be the whole video, both the coasts, going up the West Coast, and you just keep going, and it's just one amazing thing after the next. You're like, are you even kidding me? I feel like a lot of people travel to other countries to see exactly what we have here.
Yes.
And then you go to the East Coast, and although it's totally different than the West Coast, there's these nooks and crannies, and the water and the tides, and then the food.
Yes. The food in the East is amazing.
It's just, wow.
Not to say the food in California is not pretty amazing too,
Yeah,
and
totally
even the
different.
West. But
Totally
anyway,
different.
all right, we could talk about this for an entire hour.
Forever.
Okay, but we have more to cover. And I guess we'll just real quick before we move on. I mean, did we ever think KYD would turn into this?
No, but you know, there was a curiosity, not only from us, but from people that were asking us questions, because this all started as a podcast, and that started out of curiosity, like how do people live differently? And then that changed into, well, we have everything we need to have. It might not look perfect, but we could do it.
Yeah.
And so we went on our big 6-month trip with our whole family, and everybody thought we were crazy.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And then...
And we're still crazy.
Right.
we're gonna cover that.
We never lost that. So anyway, it's just like it evolves, but we're always like answering people's questions through our own curiosity. And so who knew that it would turn into this, but it was always going to be something.
Yeah.
Because there was always like this like twinkle in our wanting to know more, to see more, to do more. So, and then we were able to share it with you, and honestly, it wouldn't be as fun if we didn't get to share it. So
well, and without your encouragement and your support, that's what makes it fun for us, because we feel like we have a relationship with the community, and that's the beauty of YouTube, is that there is an actual relationship, and we are seeing the feedback. And so when we're in places, it's like I'm kind of have somebody in my mind that I'm capturing it for.
Yes.
And because I know the questions they ask. And so Trish and I, not to sound like too lofty or anything, but we do feel like we are, in a way, in service to the community.
Well, we're at least bringing back what we've seen so that, you know, it hits in different ways for different people. Like maybe if someone could never get out there, maybe if someone is longing and they are going to and they need to know, well, what do I do? And then if someone's like, oh, maybe that's dangerous to go out and be with my kids somewhere different, but then they see, oh, maybe that's not so hard.
Yeah.
Then we can do that, and that's what we mean.
Yeah, it is fun. And so now our experience with RV travel has shifted a little bit to like what we started out with our family, and that was really a big family trip.
Yes.
And then the channel started to evolve, and so now our satisfaction comes out of capturing.
Yes.
And so if like we can wake up early and catch a sunrise and catch a national park now.
And share that.
Yeah, and share that. That's where the satisfaction comes from. So it's just shifted. It's still just as enjoyable. Just like kind of trying to compare Dry Tortugas to Glacier.
They're different.
They're different, but it's still very satisfying.
Yeah.
So thank you. This next one would be kind of a doozy. KYD in a year. I think it would be helpful for people to understand how we work inside of 12 months.
Yeah.
That would, I think, address how do we keep up with family? Because that was a huge question. There's a rhythm. How do we keep the excitement going? And how do we offset RV fatigue?
Okay.
And I think this year that we've created, like how we do this is in direct relation to answering those 3 questions.
Yeah.
So typically what happens in the spring, we take off, and we typically go out for about 90 days.
Yeah.
Great time to be out on the road. Typically that's when other people are de-winterizing, so we're kind of doing the same thing.
Right.
Weather is good, so we don't have to be running the air conditioning all the time. Then comes the summer, and we want to connect with the family. Kids have more time, so they can come meet us somewhere, so we find somewhere cool that we can meet in the middle of summer, usually June and July, right? Then fall starts to come, and now we can go out and camp. Fall's the best time to camp.
It's gorgeous.
Right?
Yes.
Weather's really good, so again, we're not running the air conditioning all the time, so we're out for another 90 days, okay? And then this is usually the time of year that we're really starting to like really double down on content. Like where our pace increases a little bit because we're trying to put footage in the old SD drives.
Yes, in the hopper.
So that when Thanksgiving and Christmas comes, we can be home with our family and connecting while we still have videos to edit to keep the channel going.
Yes.
Okay, then come January, February, like where it's winter and it's cold outside, that's where we go to all the questions we've been getting for the last 9 months.
Exactly.
To create the how-to content, the trip planning, the SD card, the camera video I did, Q&As like this, so that, full transparency, we don't have to RV in the snow.
What do you think, Charlie? I think this sucks.
That's what this is about.
Yes. It's true. And also, I would say, people ask questions throughout the year, and it's really helpful to have a video to share with them.
Yeah.
So when you get 10 of the same questions every week, you say, well, here's this camera video, and here's how we do this, and here's how we do that. And we can't do that while we're also recording and driving everywhere.
Now, I wish that it worked out where we could just kind of like throw in one of these how-to or Q&A videos throughout the year so that everything was kind of even, but life just doesn't work like that. Like there are just seasons for certain things. Because what will happen this time of year, it happened last week, is, well, I can tell you guys have just given up on KYD because you used to travel and now all you do are how-to videos. I'm like, it's cold outside, okay?
Cold.
And then, crazy enough, in the fall, the emails or the comments are just a little bit different. Well, I remember when this channel used to be helpful. And now all you do is travel. All you do is travel.
So it is kind of funny for us to see these trends and then be able to just, take them with a grain of salt.
But the reason we brought up this KYD in a year is this is how we keep up with the family.
Yes, it's true, because how do we carve out that time where we have the rig somewhere where it's safe and sound, and then we have the freedom to go do something and not record it, because our whole life isn't recorded.
That's right. And it answers the second question of how do we keep the excitement. We actually put ourselves in a situation where we miss the road. And I think that's really important because like right now we're starting to be thinking about where we're gonna go.
Yes.
And I'm starting to think about the repairs that I need to make. And we like that yin to yang, because when you do anything the same thing over a long period of time, it can get fatiguing. Like the magic kind of like, we forget to record certain things because I'm doing it every day.
Right.
And then we get back to the RV and I'm like, I'm gonna do a video on hooking up. I would never think of that at the end of 90 days.
Right.
Right,
or just randomly in the middle of doing it over and over.
And I will say, RV travel over a very long period of time can be a little fatiguing. I can't speak for you. For me, I find other people's rules to be a little fatiguing day in, day out, day out. Like, and I get why rules exist, but sometimes we pull up to RV parks and it's like, can you just read through these rules? And I'm like, yeah, okay, sign. And then they're like, there's a back page. Oh, wow. But anyway, the 11 o'clock checkouts, the rules, things like that, no big deal, not complaining. But depending on how an RV park enforces these things, you are under someone else's program a lot. And if a lot of us start RV travel because we like the freedom,
right,
and we like being on our own program. And now we're getting told what we can do and when we can do it, and don't sit there and do this. And so it's nice to have a little break and then have us kind of
get excited
to go
on the road.
And then we
get to share that excitement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is a perfect segue to talk about KYD 63.
Well, we're doing the national parks.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. And it gives us a mission, and we talk about that a lot. Like, really know your mission. Like, if you're going out with the family, well, what is it that everybody wants to do? So everybody kind of has a stake in the game. And then you can kind of get through your dips. And sometimes when you're bored or you're frustrated, you're like, no, we're still checking boxes, and we're still doing what we set out to do. Might not look exactly how we had it, but we're doing it.
Yeah.
So we have the national parks, and that has really given us like function.
We're loving it.
It just is like, check. It's really cool. So one of the things that we need to do is go back up to Alaska.
I know, yeah.
And so we were going to go and rent rigs and go up there and because we haven't done a truck camper.
No.
And we really want to have that experience. We really do. Even Victoria goes, do you really? And I said, I really do, because they're pretty cool. Like, remember when we had the tour up in Alaska? And the windows are big. This is impressive.
Yeah, I love it. On both sides, it's this whole deep area here.
Yeah, we put
when we're in here, we put the dish strainer right there. And yeah, I just feel like I have room for everything.
Yes, and they showed us their rig. It was really impressive. Yeah. So anyway, but the cost of that was a little bit outrageous. It was very expensive.
It was, yeah.
So I thought, well, why are we just driving? And then I post that on to Mark.
Well, then I was notified that we're driving. I was notified that we're driving. And at first I was like, I really don't want to put another 30,000 miles on the truck this year. That was the first thing that goes through my mind.
Yes.
And then it didn't take me very long to realize that you were right. I mean, our rig is completely set up for off-grid. We're going to be able to dry camp the whole time.
Yes.
The reason that we didn't want to drive initially is because so many of the national parks up there, you have to fly to anyway.
Yes.
And so I was thinking, well, we got to fly there anyway. Why don't we just fly into Anchorage and then, do a combination of things? But no, it's fine. We're going to drive, and it'll be better. And I want to check up on our sign at the Watson Sign Forest. There's a lot of things. So the more we've been thinking about it, the more I'm excited I'm going to get.
And this is what we're talking about with the excitement. Like when you have a little space to go back to something that you enjoy, you realize how much you enjoy it, you realize what it offers you, and then for us, we get to share that with you. And I think you can tell when someone's excited to do something and when they're not excited to do something.
So there's 8 national parks in Alaska. We've already done 2, so we have 6 left. There's 4 national parks in California we haven't done. There's the Virgin Islands. There's
American Samoan.
America Samoan, or I think it's Samoa.
Is it Samoa?
And then there's the Hawaii volcanoes because we've already done Haleakala. So that's, and then I think we're at 63.
Well, we gotta go.
We gotta go back to Mammoth Caves.
With you.
Gosh,
because it was closed. But you know what? We might be able to do that on our way somewhere else.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
we'll do it.
But now we gotta do it this year. Anyway, all right, so that's what you can expect for this year, and all that might start next weekend. I mean, March is a little shaky, but so we have the Virgin Islands, but then and then Hawaii. So yeah, just maybe a couple more how-to stuff, and then
we're rolling.
And then you're gonna get sick of national parks. You're gonna say there's too much travel. Can you please
fix that truck?
Okay, we kid. During that crazy itinerary, we will do meetups along the way.
Yes.
And a lot of people ask about like how do the meetups work.
Well, they're very last minute.
Yes.
Because that's how we've figured out how to do them the best way possible, is figuring out where can we put a little dot in the road on our way.
Yeah.
And the only way that we can truly do that is send out an email to a specific group of people, and those people are the KYD Insiders. And that's the best way we know how to keep it maintained so that we actually have time to talk to everybody who arrives. And everybody who arrives has time to talk to each other.
Yes.
Because that's the best part. People are like, oh my gosh, you live here? I cannot tell you the friendships that have
it's amazing.
formed.
It's amazing.
And they have nothing to do with us. We just happen to put people in the same room, and then they take it from there. So it's really a beautiful thing.
It's been good, and when we shifted from public meetups to the KYD Insiders, the group size went down to about 100 people, and it was we really got to connect.
It was
with everyone.
attainable for us to really feel like we walked away and we knew people's stories, because people want to share, and it's so wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
So it's neat.
And then of course we have the KYD Insiders private Facebook group and all sorts of other fun stuff. And that's it. KeepYourDaydream.com/insiders. And meetups are last minute, and they tend to be on Saturdays. And the reason is because we used to do them during the week, and the emails we would get of people that are like, I'm so sad that I have to work until 5 and there's a meetup happening. We're like, that is just torture.
That's really not
And
nice.
so now we do them on Saturdays so that people can actually drive from like maybe a state over, and then they can make a camping trip out of it. And so we do them typically Saturdays at 3 p.m.
Yes.
Okay. How are the kids?
Well, they're busy. And I think that answers one of the questions. Will your kids ever go back on an RV trip with you? The answer is probably. Yeah. We'd love that. But they are in a very busy part of their life right now. We have a baby, which is not ours, our granddaughter, their baby. We have a pilot that's almost going to be a commercial pilot. And we have Caleb, who's going to be graduating with a business degree. There is a lot going on, and I'm sure a lot of people have the same thing going on in their family. So they're doing well. They're really nice people, and that makes me happy. And they all have this drive to keep achieving fun and interesting things in their lives. So we're so happy for them.
Yes.
And
yet they still need a fair amount of mom and dad time.
Yeah.
And mom and dad support. So that's why we've arranged the schedule the way we have, so that we can be available.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
One more thing I just want to say about the kids, and this is, I listened to a podcast once, and she said, if you've been yearning to do something and you need permission, she's like, you don't know me, but I'm giving you permission. I'm giving you permission to take that opportunity that seems to be there, and you have to take a scary step. And I just want to say there's windows of time for everything. And if you take the theory that you get 18 summers with your kids and those summers are starting to dwindle, you don't have to do something outrageous, but you do have to do something deliberate. And even if it's in your backyard and you make a summer remember list or you, whatever it is that you can do and you want to do together, take that opportunity, because your kids will look back on that. And when, I'm speaking from experience, when they share with you, oh, remember when we did this and everything went wrong? Remember when we did this and it was so much fun, or we met that person, or they learned how to change a tire? It will bring you a feeling of satisfaction that is immeasurable.
Yes.
I have chills in my legs right now, because you gave that to them.
Yeah.
And it didn't have to be extraordinary in the way that maybe the world makes you think, like it has to be expensive or out of the country. It can just be something deliberate.
Yes.
And your windows, they do close.
They do.
They
come
do
and
close.
They go.
They come and they go, and it's just a fact.
But I will add to that if you feel like I missed the window or did not capitalize it, it is never too late.
Yeah.
It is never too late to have a conversation with your family and say, hey, what can we do deliberate? Not huge, but what can we just do together?
Right.
And see what they come up with.
Yes.
This question surprised me, straight up. So many people wanted to know about my morning routine, my skincare, my hair stuff, my clothing. They wanted to know what kind of jeans I wore, my shoes.
Yeah.
No. No, not one. Not
Well,
one.
maybe a few. And I get those DMs through Instagram. What jacket is Mark wearing? We have a couple of heavy hitters.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Trisha's being nice. The question was for you, and I've been asking you for a long time.
Yes.
At least 3 years, that you need to do a video called KYD for the ladies.
Okay. How about this? Because I think it's unfair to do a KYD for the ladies when you're sitting in your house.
Yes, okay.
Because I have so many resources here that I don't have when I'm on the road. So how about when we get going and I'm in the rig, I can share, the quick.
There was
And the
ladies out there
furious.
watching, and they're saying, I want to know when.
I don't know.
Before
but we'll
the summer?
dive in.
Before the summer?
We'll
Sometime
dive
in
in
the spring?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
dive in.
Trish has a lot of great tips.
Aw.
I think it'd be a good video.
Thank
Trish
you.
has not wanted to do it because she's like, what would I even say? And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're using a little thingy with bopper and a doohickey right there. Okay.
Okay, I promise.
I said in the beginning, did RV life ruin our life? This was a real concern of ours initially.
Yeah.
And we said at the beginning that when we told everyone we're going to go on the 6-month trip, that people thought we were crazy.
Yes.
And the other thing that people said is, well, are you going to do this forever? There was like a forever mentality to it.
Yes.
We're like, we don't really know.
We don't, yeah.
But we were a little concerned that if we were to like do this and we were to do something amazing, like would we ever be able to return to normal life? That's what we were concerned about.
Yeah.
And were we?
We're able to return and we're able to go back out. We're able to balance it.
I would say the exact opposite happened to the fear.
What?
I actually liked sticks and bricks more.
You appreciate what it gives you.
I appreciate what it offers that I was completely taking for granted.
Yes.
And then we get to miss what the open road offers. And so we love the yin to yang.
Yeah, we get to go back to the open road and it also provides some flexibility because it changed our worldview. That the United States is not as big as it seems when you have an RV, because you can go in a matter of days. You can be somewhere completely different.
Just ask this one. Mark, in 4 days.
4 days, we could be in Alaska. An RV can bring you to different locations, and it has changed my world perspective.
Now, there was maybe an unintended consequence to this,
Yes.
and that is that now we have family spread out across the country.
It's true.
And so, when you show your family all the United States, they're going to have some opinions on what parts of it they like more than others.
Right, and then different states are going to attract different personality types.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the perfect segue into talking about the next chapter of our life, because for the past couple years, we have been thinking about this.
yes, how do I bring, and it's us, but it's me in my head, how do I bring everybody back together in the same living room for an extended period of time when they have such crazy different schedules?
And one of the big questions, other than will the depot be a harvest host, was how does Michigan fit into Arizona and Florida? And that seemed, I think, very confusing to people. And the thinking behind this was that we would have a place in the summer that everyone could be.
Yes. Well, half of our family is in Arizona and the other half is in Florida, and both of those summer locations are terrible. So anyway, if we were to have somewhere where we could get together for the summer, that would afford some time for our growing family to capitalize on the free time that they will have with their kids. Because I can only assume that as they start to grow their own families, they're going to be very busy during the school year.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And the other thing that's changed from when we were raising our family is that people are now able to work remotely.
Yes.
And if Caleb's on his own and Carson is a pilot and Duncan can work remotely, then our kids can actually stay with us for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
So we might not get a ton of frequency, but we get super quality time. And that was kind of the idea behind it.
Yeah.
So the other big news was we sold the KYD Cabin.
Yes.
Which was bittersweet.
It really was.
Because we loved sharing it and we loved the cabin.
We all loved the cabin, and it was kind of a little bit of an ouchy moment for our family, but in order to take different steps, you have to do different things. And I think it's probably a good lesson for them to see us go through saying goodbye to one thing at its peak, because we had it shined up and spiffy.
Yeah.
So, and we sold it with everything in it.
Everything
in it. So anyway, but we did that so that we were ready for whatever this next step is.
I'd say things are going great.
Well, you did a great job.
I'm joking. I mean, what the heck? What even is all this stuff?
I know.
I'm glad we're doing it now, though. I mean, that's the one thing about the RV lifestyle.
What is the one thing?
Is it forces you to deal with things that you might not deal with until, like...
You can't?
You can't. It helps you kind of keep up with the wake of life.
Well, this has been our wake for 6 years.
I know.
Yeah.
And
just
now...
throwing things in.
Yeah, I know. I'll deal with it later. I'll deal with it later.
Yeah. Lights are off. Turn off this light. I already did FaceTime calls with both the boys so they could say goodbye to the house. And Victoria and Duncan are coming up.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so they get to say goodbye to the house. So anyway, this was a good house.
It was a great house. It served us very, very well.
It was a lot of fun.
So we're going to put a little bit of shiplap from this edge back so that when the countertops and beverage fridge and cabinet get put in, the shiplap will be all on the back. Everything will be cool. So step one, make it level. Step two, get this.
Just keep putting it on.
And you start at the top and go down?
We're going to for this scenario.
Okay.
You can do it different ways.
A lot of good memories.
And who would have thought our family would be growing after we were empty nesters?
I know, that is a shocker, okay? Literally, we thought, oh, you got to downsize, you don't need anything anymore, blah, blah, blah. No, you need more rooms, okay? So right in that window when everyone starts to go to high school, that's your window to go like clear everything out, because then you're gonna pump back up again once you start getting grandkids and, you know, spouses.
Well, depending on your family situation, because maybe some people live further away,
Yeah,
or
that's
maybe
true.
you have a son or a daughter that, you know, has a big house and they have all the holidays. But
Totally.
But you're hosting cousin camp.
That's happening. Hey, goodbye. It's gonna get all spiffied up here today with the cleaners.
I will tell you, I don't know if there's like a life philosophy on this, but it's nice to leave when things are good.
Yes.
Right?
Well, they're good. They're clean. They're
Yes.
tidy. They're nice.
It's
great.
yeah, and then you feel good about it.
Yes.
Rather than like, let's get out of here before the place falls down.
Let's take a picture with Bob.
That's a great idea. Remember getting Bob in Prescott on the way
Yes.
home from that trip?
In the Class B where you got annihilated.
That's better. So you want to talk about the Daydream Depot and Cafe? So this is, you know, there are questions about this. There were a lot of questions. What exactly is the Depot project? That's the Daydream Depot, Spring Lake, Michigan. What made you decide on Michigan? Will it be a Harvest Host? What is the status? So Trish, what exactly is the Depot project?
The Depot project is a beautiful cafe experience where you can come in and get high quality food with super chipper people and also find a few things for your home that are really nice and high quality, and a place for where we have a home base to explore some of the ideas we have. I think we have a relationship that's ongoing and long lasting here on our YouTube channel, and you understand that we like to create things. And so we have so many ideas every day, every month, and we're like, if we just had one space where we could pour in some of these ideas and people could come and we could have a moment together, whether it's in person or through something we've created, it could bring a smile to all our faces.
Yes, and it's a way for us to continue to serve the KYD community, which we really like. Why did we decide Michigan?
Yes.
We wanted this experience to be seasonal, and so that was the case. And we wanted it to be in a summer lake vibe location, and we have roots. Well, I don't want to say we have roots in Michigan. We created roots in Michigan through our friends, the Coopers, right?
Yes.
And so we've been going there every summer for the past decade, and over time we've just really fallen in love with Spring Lake.
Yes. So it is a little tricky when you're in the process of creating something new and pretty big, I would say, because we can't hold it back. Because normally we're like creating something and then we say, here we go. But this is so much bigger that we have to show you along the way. So it's not 100%.
I mean, we own the property, and
Yeah.
recently we went through the process with the Planning and Zoning Commission to get the permits that we need to change the permits.
It's nice to see that site being revitalized, hopefully serve the community in a good way.
We have the property, it's permitted correctly, but there are still some hurdles we need to jump over.
Some big ones.
Yeah. One of the huge questions about this project was, will it be a harvest house? That would be awesome. Of course, we would love to do that.
Yeah.
There's a couple things we have to consider. One is, it's a bakery, which means we're super busy in the morning.
Right.
A lot of great harvest hosts are restaurants where in the morning the parking lot's empty. This is the inverse. We would be open at 7, and there might not be room for RVs in a parking lot at 7 in the morning. So that's just something we'd have to cross that bridge when we get there.
Right.
The bigger issue is that this is a 5-acre property. 2 of the acres are completely unusable due to the wetlands. So here's where we are, the status of the project. We're 100% committed, but Trish and I feel like we had to take one step back and say, we need to get all the costs. What's the
Right.
cost? What's going on with the wetlands? What's going on with the remodel? How much is the kitchen going to cost? How much is this commercial septic going to cost? What are all the fees so that we can recommit in the spring with all the information? We'd never want to put ourselves in a situation where just because we committed early on and said, oh yeah, cool, and buy it, that now we are like trapping ourselves into continuing just because we were public about it.
Right.
But it would be awesome if it all came together.
It really would. And it's up here, and I can't wait to see it out here.
Only one little last piece of real estate stuff. You haven't heard any nail guns out in the backyard because everyone's at lunch. Okay, but
They're about to fire back up. I see them on the ladder
they're
right
about
now.
to fire back up. So this is the KYD Bungalow.
Yes.
We haven't talked a lot about it because, oh gosh, we did this like what, 4 or 5 years ago now?
3, 4?
3,
Something
4?
like that.
Okay, it's finished. But we wanted to build a 3-car garage and a 2-bedroom apartment. It's called an ADU, accessory dwelling unit.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Accessory dwelling unit. Got it.
It's interesting because ADUs are called different things in certain parts of the country. So we learned in South Carolina that they're called frogs, finished room above garage.
Yes, or it's a carriage house in the East Coast.
Yeah. So I think all the different names are kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But when we bought the KYD Bungalow, we always knew that we wanted to put a garage and kind of like a space for our kids in the backyard.
Well, the theme is where can we create a space where we can all be together?
Yeah.
And this is a 2-bedroom and an office. And everybody can't be in here.
And so we're doing it in the winter for a couple reasons. One is that it's when we're home, okay? And we knew that if and when the depot gets started, we never have the time to do it again.
Right.
And I'm GCing it.
He's doing a fabulous job.
This is all I do. It's all I think about right now is this. Seriously. In fact, I want your feedback because I was thinking about putting together a 2-part series.
Yes.
Completely start to finish. From the demo to put the footing to the block, framing, rough-in, installation, roof, drywall.
So much.
Right? And all the way through. Did I mention I was GCing it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All the way through the interior, flooring, tile, and then ending with Trish doing a tour of the comforter, lighting, sconces, pendants, countertops, everything.
Yeah.
2 parts covering literally maybe 3.5 months, which is an incredibly fast job.
Yes.
So I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to have a hard time stopping.
Now that these walls are going up, I'm kind of laughing just a little bit because I think maybe Trish and I spent a little too much time in an Airstream traveling around that we thought these bathrooms and bedrooms were going to be big enough. I think when we have guests come over and stay with us, I think they're going to make fun of us just a little bit.
It's real. It's like so big.
It got bigger.
I thought that it would get smaller feeling.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
So let us know on that if you'd like to see that, because and please say yes.
Please say yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, the last big question. Where's Charlie?
Charlie? Charlie is with Victoria and Duncan. And this past year, we always say that we put our big rocks in first.
Yes.
And those big rocks this past year have put us on airplanes.
Yeah.
All around the country to make sure we could be where we needed to be when we needed to be there. And Charlie, unfortunately, is not a tiny dog.
No.
And so he's not allowed on those planes with us. So he stayed back with Victoria.
Well, and there were national parks too that would have been really difficult. And,
Yes.
And Alaska, he may come, he may. Alaska's gonna be hard for Charlie, because if we go into Homer and then we have to get on a plane and go to a national park, then who do we leave Charlie with?
It gets tricky.
It gets a little tricky, but Charlie is loving being with Victoria and Duncan.
Like,
Charlie is
a lot.
loving being with his littermate sister Annie, and he loves slab floors. He loves air conditioning, and he's happy. And when we're home, he's happy to see us.
Yeah.
And he's still our dog.
Oh, I miss you too.
Right. So, well, he may or may not come with us to Alaska. I'm hoping he does, but if it doesn't make sense, then he'll stay with Victoria and Duncan.
And why he's not with us right here, other than the fact that the Airstream and truck is out in Arizona and we flew here, we haven't had a backyard, was not suitable for Charlie with the construction site. So that's what's going on with Charlie. But we love Charlie. And
What a little nerd.
He's our little
He's
weirdo.
so great.
Okay, he's our little weirdo. You can't call him that.
Yes.
Okay. Man, that was a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, we like to end with a little perspective. And that perspective always comes back to gratitude.
Yeah.
Because we are grateful that you're here, that you show up, that you like a video, that you even hang out in your living room with us. We appreciate it, and we want to say thank you. So it wouldn't be as fun. We're having a fun time out and about and doing things together, because this is so much fun. But it makes it even more fun when you cheer us on and you share your stories and where you've been and how, maybe you saw something through our video that changed the way your trajectory. So we just want to say thank you and know that we appreciate you being here and making it a positive place.
Yes, well said. And if you do like just hanging out like this, twice a month now, Trish is doing Where's Trish Cooking?
Yeah.
And it's like on Wednesday nights, and we just hang out. Trish makes me a drink, you cook something fun, we hang out, we chat, it's live. We're having a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah.
So join us over there, Trish's channel, all linked down below.
Can I get a taste?
You can get a taste.
What is happening here?
Yeah, what is happening? Hang on, let me finish her
It's
up.
my pickleball outfit.
Are you going to
It's what I
go right now?
on the streets.
Are you
with.
playing pickleball tonight?
I don't know what I'm doing yet, but all I know is that I need to put this on.
He's ready.
Oh, and then here in April, this year's Summer to Remember design is coming together really cool.
Yeah.
So your support in Summer to Remember truly means the world to us.
Yeah.
And it does allow us to do what we do. So
Yes.
thank you for that. Okay.
All right, well, I guess you got to get back in the backyard.
The generator, the air compressor's going, the nail guns are firing. It's time to go make it look like I know what I'm doing. Inspector's here. How do you think things are gonna go?
They're gonna go well. My great grandfather, when he came to this country, he taught my grandpa how to do installation. And my grandpa, clearly he missed. He did not teach my dad.
It skips
generation.
Good morning. Oh, hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
I'm a happy baby.
I need to put a little sticker right here at the back of my phone for her to look at.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Oh, we're gonna get along. We're gonna get along. Oh, what are you gonna? You get all grumpy for? Whoa! Don't switch up on me now. Watch these eyebrows.